the details are so awful, it's difficult to even comprehend the horror that this one woman inflicted. But we have to go through it because nobody else is. We have to go through it in all the detail because there are thousands of psychotic, mostly white liberal women in this country who are supporting Lindsay Clancy, who love Lindsay Clancy, including doctors like this woman.
Hi, Lindsay. I'm Dr. Sterling. I don't even know if you're allowed to watch videos like this, if someone can show it to you. I don't know. But I want you to know that I believe you. From my perspective as an OBGYN, I believe that you were over-functioning throughout your entire postpartum period. I am blown away by how hard you were working to get better, while also working as a mom. You have galvanized us women in a really powerful way.
You have galvanized us women in a really powerful way. Lindsay Clancy once again murdered her 3 children. And this woman, who has a medical license in the state of California, she's got 3 kids herself, by the way, just endorsed Lindsay Clancy's actions. That's just my opinion. But that was an endorsement. When you say you were blown away by how hard she was working as a mother, when you say that, you're not condemning anything, you're condoning it. And it's sick. And you know how hard she's working as a mom. She killed her kids, but to many of these women, that makes her Mother of the Year. And I don't care what kind of medication she was on. I don't care how her defense attorney is spinning this in court. He's being paid to do that. Blaming it on postpartum psychosis, okay, please. Or drugs, or depression, or SSRIs, or whatever. She murdered her 3 kids. I don't care how tough it is. She murdered her 3 kids. I don't care what the excuse was. She murdered her 3 kids. Her husband found his kids dead on the basement floor. Their eyes were red from burst blood vessels. I'm sorry to be so graphic. I'm sorry. But someone has to speak for the kids. Somebody has to speak for Cora, Kaylin, and Dawson. Someone has to care about them. And we can certainly have a conversation about Big Pharma and the over-medication of America, sure, at some point. But Lindsay Clancy murdered her kids, meaning there is nothing to debate. But because of social media and TikTok and COVID lockdowns and groupthink is now the only think. Lemming syndrome has taken over the left. There are no more wolves, only sheep, and sheep in wolves' clothes. And it's unlike anything we've ever seen before in this country, way beyond Ted Bundy getting married in prison and getting love letters from women, way beyond anything we saw with O.J. Simpson. Remember that? When the verdict was read, thousands, if not millions of people cheered for a man who was later found guilty civilly of murdering his wife and her boyfriend, and thousands reacted like this.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime.
There's a difference. With O.J., it was about race. With George Floyd, it was definitely about race. This is about something else, something much deeper. Take a look at this. This was the front row in the courtroom earlier this week. Take a look at that woman in the green with the brown hair. Not only smiling, but did you see her there? She winks for the camera. She's a reporter for Vanity Fair. They let go of her today. She was assigned to cover this case, covering a woman about her same age who murdered her 3 children. Does that woman in the green look like an objective, fair reporter to you? Or does she look like someone who probably sympathizes with all of those women in pink standing outside the courthouse day after day after day, praying for the murderer and not the 3 children that she murdered? Think about that. We saw this with Luigi Mangione, thousands of women supporting a murderer. We saw it with Charlie Kirk, the hate online for somebody that was killed, somebody who was not only a good father, but a good husband as well, and the left hate that more than anything. And we are seeing this now. Again, something that we've never seen before. Thousands of women standing in lockstep with a monster who murdered 3 innocent babies, Cora, Callan, and Dawson.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.